Before we begin, it should go without saying that this video is heavily opinionated. If you disagree, that's totally fine, but just know that you're wrong, and I'm cool and better than you at anime watching. So that being said, let's get into... We begin our expedition into the rating system at the 9 to 10 rating range. Now this is the pinnacle of my anime list. If you pick one of these anime out, you'll probably end up pretty satisfied at the end of the watch. So that much is good. However, this range of ratings is still kind of a coin flip. You'll either get some genre-defining, gorgeous, pinnacle masterwork like Frieren, or you'll end up with something that is only in this rating range because it has a very dedicated fan base. Essentially, the best way to describe this rating range is that every single extremely good anime is here, but you also may encounter some that should be a little bit lower. Overall, the accuracy of this rating range is probably up at like an 8 out of 10. You'll end up pretty satisfied watching most of these anime. This is probably my favorite rating range on my anime list. You'll get a lot of just really high quality anime, but the unique thing about this range is how many hidden gems are inside of it. If you're looking for something new and unique to watch, you'll probably find it here. The overrated anime, as a result of dedicated fan bases, are usually up in the 9s, so you don't really have to worry about this one giving you a rating skewed anime. This is probably the only decently consistent range on my anime list. For that reason, I have to give it a 10 out of 10 for accuracy. And now our road trip arrives at arguably the least consistent part of all of my anime list. Anime in this range can be very good, such as something like Undead Unluck, but they have essentially an equal and opposite chance to be completely awful and generic derivative OP main character dumpster fire that only a 14-year-old that just discovered what boobs are could enjoy. Unfortunately, mostly thanks to TikTok, many anime fans are said 14-year-old, so some undeserved 7s are given out quite a lot. For overall accuracy, I have to give this one a 0 out of 10. When I watch an anime in this rating range, I'm either stunned by how good it is or stunned by how insanely bad it is. This rating range is pretty weird. It's not as inconsistent as the 7 to 8 range in my opinion, because most of the anime in this range are generally pretty bad, but the weird thing is that so many genuinely terrible anime even have a 6 to begin with. You guys do realize a 6 is better than average, right? So why is Redo of Healer here? It's not even a super low 6 either. If someone wanted to call the My Anime List rating system flawed, this would be the range to use as evidence. I would say, given the explosion from TikTok fans, this range probably deserves at least an 8 out of 10 for accuracy at this point. This range is where you will begin to see genuinely awful anime, but unlike some of the lower rating ranges, there was actually an attempt to make some of these anime good. They just failed. Okay, now we're starting to get to the really terrible stuff. I assume there's at least a handful of somewhat enjoyable anime in this range, but 90% of it is going to be some real god-awful stuff with less substance than the empty void of space. Again though, a great argument for the rating system being flawed overall because a 5 should technically be average, and many of the anime in this range are anything but. I'm fairly certain we even have some straight up in this range. Anyway, at least it's fairly consistent, 7 out of 10 for accuracy. You might find something alright here, but this rating range is where that ends. We have officially passed the point of no return. There is almost certainly nothing you should watch in this range. We're beginning to enter the realm of pure, unadulterated brain rot, or just genuinely repulsive anime that really makes you question what was going on at the board meetings. Unfortunately, although this may seem like rock bottom, there are anime even lower rated. At least we're not completely polarized yet, because the unspeakable anime are lower, and the good anime are higher. So this would technically qualify as purgatory, but we have already slipped into hell. For accuracy, 5 out of 10, it's a weird and hard to describe range. We've really reached a pit of degeneracy and low-quality garbage now. We still aren't at the absolute bottom, but you'll find a lot of horrible stuff in this range. As one reviewer of Vampire Holmes, yes, you heard that correctly, it's Sherlock Holmes but with vampires and instead it's anime. Anyway, as the reviewer stated, this isn't so bad it's good, this is the so bad please end my life kind of nonsense. Apart from just genuinely terrible anime, you'll also encounter just straight up disturbing anime here that make you question if the animators should be locked up in Alcatraz just for thinking about making them. Again, again, at least it's consistently disturbing. 8 out of 10 for accuracy. If you're watching anime this low rated, you're either messed up in the head, or you like torturing yourself. Okay, this part of our journey is essentially the lowest rating range because only one anime has been able to score below a 2. Luckily, a lot of the pure disturbing stuff is behind us, and we mostly just enter a range where anime projects died before they had any chance of being half decent, either because of an issue inside of the studio or other reasons. These are anime that are genuinely, wholeheartedly terrible. There is no saving grace, there's no decent piece of the anime, they're just bad. The only reason these have any points at all are because of the Shakespearean comedians that think giving a 10 to an anime that should have never crawled out of the cave it was created in is the funniest thing since Skibbity Toilet. I really hope that joke does not make it into the final script. 2 to 3 is a pretty low rating for a pretty terrible anime, so I'll give the accuracy about a 9 out of 10. Again, you really shouldn't be watching anything here. Hopefully you never subject yourself to anything here. If there's anything to be thankful for in this rating range, it's that only one anime has been able to land this low. Technically, some anime dip below the 2 rating from time to time, like whatever the hell this is. I am not watching that. Anyway, these are either anime that just simply fail on every single aspect of being an anime in the first place, or these are so cosmically depraved that even the weirdest Wendigoon watching horror genre band kid fangirl won't even touch them. You're better off staying far, far away from this rating range. Realistically, you're better off staying far away from anything below a 6. But I'm not your father. If you want to scar yourself for life, go ahead. Accuracy, 10 out of 10. Super disturbing, super terrible, super weird. So there you have it, the true meaning of my anime list rating ranges, because unless you're a massive nerd like myself, you probably wouldn't be able to figure out all the nuances. Thanks for watching. If this video deserved more than Utsu Musume Sayori's rating, then drop me a like, subscribe for more anime content, and I'll haunt you another time.